Hello students, welcome back to English Classes Online, your number one guide to mastering WASSCE English. By the way, WASSCE stands for West African Senior School Certificate Examination. And today, we are diving into one of the most important parts of your exam, which is essay writing. Specifically, we will learn how to write the perfect WASSCE essay in order to score an A1. And guess what? We will look at a real WASSCE 2023 question and walk through a full A1 level sample response. So, grab your pen and notebook and let's dive into it right away. Let's begin with the key elements of A1 WASSCE essay. Before we jump into writing, here are the 4 key things examiners look for in a top grade essay. 1. Content. Examiners are looking for relevance, depth, and originality of ideas. You should be able to discuss the given topic. You should understand the subject matter and stay on topic. 2. Organization. Examiners are looking for structure, flow, and coherence of paragraphs. Your essay should have a definite structure, such as introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. And your ideas should flow from one paragraph to the next one. 3. Expression. Examiners are looking for good grammar, vocabulary, and good overall writing style. You should be able to express your ideas in good English. Use simple words that you can use in meaningful sentences to express your ideas. And you should be able to use words that are relevant to the topic you are discussing. 4. Mechanics or mechanical accuracy. This refers to spelling, punctuation, and neat presentation. You should be able to correct all errors of spelling, errors of punctuation, and make sure your presentation is neat. So these are key elements of A1 WASSCE essay. Remember, you must stick to the required format. This is really important. You should stay relevant and express your ideas clearly. This brings us to planning your essay, the pre-writing stage. Number 1, understand the question. This you will be able to do by identifying the keywords and the essay's core demands. You should know exactly what you are asked to discuss so that you do not go and do something else different from what you have been asked to do. That's what this simply means. Brainstorm ideas. To brainstorm means to think carefully. In the process, you will generate all possible points and supporting details. The next is to create an outline. An outline is a list of the key points you need for writing an essay. This will help you to structure your arguments logically, defining your paragraph. Then comes the draft thesis. The thesis is the main idea you want to convey in your writing. So you must formulate a clear, concise, and focused. Effective planning is crucial. Okay? So it is something that ensures your essay is well organized and that it addresses the prompt thoroughly. Make sure you gather strong evidence to support your points. Next, we have structuring your essay, introduction, body, and conclusion. Your essay should have a definite structure, as I earlier mentioned, and the ideal structure for your essay is what we call the inverted pyramid. Here, on top of the pyramid, we have the introduction. Your introduction should contain the hook, the background, and the clear thesis statement. The hook is the opening sentence intended to grab the reader's attention. The background should consist of a sentence or two or more that should actually give the background information of the topic, all right, or give the reader an idea of the subject matter of your discussion. The clear statement is a sentence that summarizes everything you want to say, you want to write in that article or essay or letter, as the case may be. Now, this brings us to the body paragraphs, and your body paragraph should contain the topic sentence, evidence, explanation, and linking idea. Well, the topic sentence is the first sentence in most cases that will state a summary of everything you want to say in that paragraph. Now, for you to actually discuss your paragraphs well, you should have a clear outline. In other words, you should have the key points. If you have 3 or 4 key points you want to discuss in the essay, then each key point should be discussed in one paragraph. And when you are discussing each paragraph, you state that point in one sentence. That's the topic sentence. Other sentences that follow will be supporting evidence. All right? This brings us to the conclusion. This is where you summarize, restate your thesis, and offer your final thoughts. That's exactly the way it is done. Remember that a well-structured essay guides the reader seamlessly. Each section serves a distinct purpose, building a cohesive argument. Now, let's look at the sample WASSCE essay, but we begin with the question breakdown. Let's look at the question and then we break it down. The question is as follows. There have been several articles in the national newspaper on the lack of maintenance of public facilities. Write a letter to the editor of one of the newspapers expressing your opinion on the matter. This question is taken from WASSCE 2023. And let's break this question down. First, you need to understand the context. What is the context of this question? Lack of maintenance of public facility. What is the task at hand? Write a letter to the editor of a national newspaper. Now, you must have your audience in mind. Your audience will be newspaper readers and the general public. But don't forget that you are writing this letter to the editor in response to your exam question. So your immediate audience is your examiner and you are writing to impress him. But when you have your readers and the general public in mind while discussing, then of course you'll be able to satisfy the examiner. Now, what's the purpose? The purpose is to express opinion, raise awareness, and suggest solutions. So Breaking down the question in this way helps clarify your objective and your target audience. This is vital for tailoring your argument effectively. This brings us to the sample essay letter to the editor. Usually, your letter should start with your own address as the writer, and it should be on the top right. But this is omitted, this is skipped here so that we go straight to the receiver's designation, official title, and address. The editor, the Daily Guardian, P.O. Box 750, Abuja. Take note of the punctuations. Dear Sir or Madam, lack of maintenance of public facilities. Now take note of the title. We presented the titles in capital letters, so we don't need to underline it. We present the title in small letters, you need to underline it. The first paragraph, I write to express my deep concern about the poor state of public facilities in our country, an issue that has been discussed in recent publications in your esteemed newspaper. It is disheartening that basic amenities meant to serve the public are being left to deteriorate due to neglect and poor maintenance. Firstly, many public toilets, markets, and bus terminals are in deplorable conditions. Besides, broken pipes, leaking roofs, cracked floors, and lack of regular cleaning have made these places unsafe and unhealthy for users. These facilities, instead of serving as sources of comfort, have become breeding grounds for diseases. Secondly, recreational spaces such as parks and community centers are being abandoned. These areas are vital for social interaction and mental well-being of citizens, yet they are often overgrown with weeds, filled with litter, or converted into illegal dumping sites due to lack of supervision and care. Lastly, the government's failure to establish sustainable maintenance culture is a major cause. Many projects are completed and left without any plan for their upkeep. Moreover, even when funds are allocated for maintenance, there is often poor monitoring and accountability. I strongly suggest that local authorities set up dedicated maintenance units for all major public facilities. Regular inspection, timely repairs, and community involvement in preserving these resources will go a long way in solving this problem. Thank you for the opportunity to share my opinion on this important matter. I hope this letter will contribute to meaningful action. Yours faithfully, Signature Benga Okun. This brings us to the end of today's lesson. I hope you have seen how to write the perfect WASSCE essay. I have taken you through the simple process. I have shown you a sample, and I believe that if you have gone through the entire video, you must have understood exactly how to write the perfect WASSCE essay. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you will lend us this support and motivate us to create more educational videos. If you have gotten value from this video, make sure you share it with others. Lastly, click on the notification bell so that whenever new videos go live on this channel, you will be notified instantly. This is English Classes Online, and I have been your host, Benjamin. I look forward to seeing you in the next class.